as Friday Night Football locks in for a big divisional matchup in the West. It's the second of 3 meetings this season, with Edmonton winning back in Week 4. The Bombers snapping a 2-game slide against Ottawa last week. Edmonton with a win over Toronto also had lost 2 in a row prior to that, and it was Cody Fajardo leading the way.
Cody Fajardo, what a fun watch, and I'll tell you today, he's got his hands full. Right now, he's second in the CFL in passing yards, but this is a tough passing defense. They like to do a lot of match coverage, so it basically starts his zone and ends his man, so he's got to have everybody on the same page. So again, Cody, he's got to find his open man, but he's going to trust his receivers today. I'm looking forward to it. On the other side, Zach Collaros, he's been injured a bit this year. This guy, when he's operating, is phenomenal. And look for him pre-snap today, Dustin, to change the plays. I talked to him a little bit this week. He says, hey, with the play clock, if I can see something and get us in a better play, that's what I'm going to do.
Mike O'Shea and his Bombers 3-0 on the road this season. Just 2-4 at home, but they've been good on the road. And Mark Killip, 4-1 at home this season. Currently first place in the West. They're looking for their 8th win of the season. Last time they did that, it was 2019. So a turnaround year for Edmonton, but the Bombers will have something to say about that here on Friday Night Football. Winnipeg won the coin toss, said they want the ball, so they will get it to get us started here at Commonwealth Stadium. And we are underway on Friday Night Football. Thank you very much for joining us. And this will go into the waiting arms of Trey Vavel. He'll take it back to the 20. Nowhere to go, and he stopped just short of the 30, and that'll be our first look tonight at Zach Collaros for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
And, you know, last week, talking to Zach, I think there were some plays that as an offense they wanted back, but even talking to Tommy Condell, like, it's tough playing this position when you're out for a little bit. I'm expecting big things out of Zach today. I think he's got a great feel for what this defense does. Now, the big thing is going to be, can they protect him up front, because he's going against an extremely talented defensive line.
He was sacked 4 times last week, was 21 of 31 for 222 yards. Starting here on his own 29, and he'll get it to Ontario Wilson, who didn't have a catch last week. He takes a big bump and pushes ahead. Nice pickup on first down for this Winnipeg starting offense.
Yeah, and up front, the big fella, the right tackle, Jarrell Bruxton. This guy needs to have a great game tonight. He's 9th in the league, lowest pressures allowed now, 2.7%. He's the key. If he can stonewall the DNs, they'll be in great shape. And skill-wise, you got a lot of players here, but Tim White is the guy that continues to build chemistry with Zach, and I think that they can lean on him to do a lot of things. The combination of Ontario Wilson and Tim White can be very dangerous as this season comes along here.
Tim White surpassing 6,000 career yards last week. Second and short here for the Bombers, 2nd and 2 yards. And they will give it to Brady Oliveira, pushing it ahead, moves the pile, and it looks like he does have enough for a Winnipeg first down. Let's take a look at Edmonton's starting defense here on Friday Night Football.
Yeah, Dustin, I mentioned this D-line. Malik Carney, 2nd in the league right now in QB pressures, 3rd in pressure rate. This guy does everything, and look for him to actually drop back on 2nd down from the linebacker position. DeBlanco at the will linebacker. They like to play 2-man coverage. You'll hear me say that. He's going to be a deep guy, so obviously they trust him back there. And J.J. Ross coming off his first multi-hit game last week. See if he can keep that going for the Elks today.
3 interceptions on the season for Ross. Collaros looking to throw. Way down the field for Dembski. He's got it inside the 50. And he'll hang on working there against Kobe Williams. Big pickup for the visitors.
So you're going to see him here. He's kind of trailing. So, and as Dembski rolls here, this is called a corner route, but watch how it ends up flattening. So he starts high, and then the separation comes to tell quarterbacks you can throw him flat. That's that veteran chemistry right there. I'm going to stay high, and even though there's not a ton of separation at the break, Zach sees it. He knows there's a sideline. Dembski runs right under it.
21 yards to Dembski there. 1st and 10 now for Winnipeg. A nice start from the Edmonton 49. 3 options out to the left. He's going to throw it to the right. Ontario Wilson comes back to the ball, and he'll have it. And Winnipeg is marching here early in this one.
I don't want to say, you know, there was a person around here, Dustin, that said, I got a feeling that Winnipeg's going to have a great night tonight. You know, just watching the film, talking to Tommy Condell this week, talking to Zach. The key for them, though, if they want to have success on offense, is to be in 2nd and medium. And this is a prime example, because right now they can still establish quick throws. If they end up in 2nd and longs today, this front 4 of Edmonton is going to eat them up, and they're going to drop 8. So they're going to continue to do what you've seen so far in this drive.
It's a 2nd and 4 here. Brady Oliveira right up the middle. He's got another first down. And Brady Oliveira over the last last 3 weeks. Really started to turn things up a notch. And a good start here for him tonight.
Yeah, and you see Dembski, you see Neal. Okay, the linemen are coming out of here. I mean, Bryant's climbing. Again, this is a statement moment for Winnipeg. Will they make it? We'll see. But if they can come into a tough building, and there's a nice crowd here, and it is loud tonight, and find a way to get one, it'll certainly send ripples through the league.
They work from the 36. Collaros, pressure in his face, dumps it off, down inside the 30. And that one into the hands of the former member of Edmonton, Gavin Cobb.
I really like this play call by Condell, because what they're doing is creating a lot of misdirection. This defense loves to play downhill. They love to sit here and just go right at you and attack, try and get turnovers, etc. And they've obviously done a tremendous job of that, Dustin. But if you can start getting them to play horizontal, which is that play is designed to do that, where they are just a split-second late to trigger, guys like Malik Carney, Brinkman, that will slow them down at least a little bit.
7th play of the drive here for Winnipeg. Back to Brady Oliveira, pushes through, and he's got another Winnipeg first down. Well-oiled machine early here for Winnipeg on Friday Night Football.
I mean, it's been a great start. They're bringing in big old linemen, big tight end Dante Daniels in on that. Again, you want to talk about staying on schedule. You hear that saying. They've been very successful on first down, which puts them in a situation where they can run on second, they can throw, and they're moving bodies up front. I'm a bit surprised they're getting this much movement this early.
Collaros is 4 of 4 for 44 yards to start the game. Throwing again here. Out into the flat, he's got Brady Oliveira, and he is tripped up and taken out of bounds. He had 8 catches last week on 8 targets for 80 yards. The more touches you can get this guy, the better.
And it's the little things, Dustin. Just watching Zach play the quarterback position, whether it's on film or live right now, he's got an elite quarterback mind. He's hanging on a deeper route there, pulling defenders away. The ball is placed on the upfield shoulder of Brady Oliveira to keep it in now what I would almost call second and short.
It is a 2nd and 5 for Collaros. 5 of 5 on this drive. Dembski in the slot out to his right. Brady Oliveira now way out to the left. Collaros looks in that direction. He's going to throw. Brady's got it. And he's got another first down. J.J. Ross is there to make the tackle, but not before they have enough yards to move the sticks once more.
And you're going to see Brady here coming out of the backfield. I call this a witch route, wide hitch. You're going to see him here. He's going to come out of the backfield. We kind of have that very loopy release, sit in the corner, so that zone defender. And Zach's just reading the corner. If he gets any depth, boom, put it on Brady. Got a fresh set of downs here.
Inside the red zone this season, Winnipeg operating at a 50% clip. This will be 1st and goal from the Edmonton 7. Collaros to his left, pressured, in trouble, gets away, throws it to the corner. No, incomplete. Looking for Tim White. Great job by Zach to find a little bit of space to make that throw.
You said it, and Edmonton is just not fooled whatsoever. You're watching the top of your screen here. Taylor does not bite on the run fake at all. Does a nice job, doesn't finish, but clearly blows up the play. I think if you're a Winnipeg fan right now and you're watching, you're feeling you got to score here. You've settled for field goals too many times down here. Even if you get a few yards, it might be already, again, just to make a statement. Time to go for this and stay on the attack.
Really want to finish a drive like this with a major. That's what they'll look to do here. Collaros, corner again. Broken up. Looking for Wilson. J.J. Ross is there. And it'll be 3rd down for the Bombers.
That's the matchup they want here. You're going to see it's mono-y-mono, man coverage. You can tell right there. J.J. Ross, he squared up. A little pressure set from Ontario Wilson, and J.J. Ross plays this as well as he can play it. High points the ball. I mean, tip your cap to the year 2 man out of Western Illinois.
That's a great play.
Wow.
Can't play it any better than that. Castile will come out. Chip shot. Straight through. And Winnipeg, very impressive drive. Took about half the quarter. They come away with 3 points. Collaros looking for Wilson. J.J. Ross. No, not today. Saturday Night Football, there is a look at what Cody Fajardo is doing so far this year. 7-3 on the year. One of those wins, a big one, week 4 in Winnipeg.
Dustin, I mean, you've heard me say it a million times. I love this guy. This guy is all grit. I find him to just be a phenomenal player, takes what's there. His completion percentage is always through the roof. He generally protects the ball, and they're humming right now.
They'll hand it off. Rankin pushing it ahead. And he'll be wrapped up. He's a big part, obviously, of this Edmonton starting offense tonight.
David Beard out of Alberta. This guy, out of 241 pass pro attempts, he's only given up 2 pressures. That's first in the league. I'll take that stat. Less than 1% pressure. Okay, and then Rankin is a guy tonight that needs to get going again. Obviously, he's been the premier back in the league, but as of lately, he's slowed down a bit. You know, he's on a torrid pace. They're playing the worst rush defense in the league. This is a night where, if I'm Max Simic, the offensive coordinator, I'm getting Rankin going.
6 yards per carry this season for Rankin. 2nd and 6 here. Fajardo gets it away. Little high and almost picked off. He was trying to find Cephas, but the veteran corner, Jonathan Moxey, was there. Quick 2-and-out for the double E.
I thought my guy Cody was about to jam me here. I just said he takes care of the ball. This one got away from him a little bit. There is a bit of, you know, you see Cephas kind of settle out of that, and Fajardo throws it like he's running, so maybe a miscommunication, but that could have been a lot worse. It certainly looked like it when it left his hand.
Julian, big kick, end over end. Vavel takes it at the 15, and now Vavel's going to be wrapped up and taken down. Had a good burst there, but they stop him right around the 30. Zach Collaros back in the thick of it in the West here. A big one for the Bombers tonight as they try to keep pace. Well, let's flash it back to week 4 against Edmonton. Here's a look at what Zach Collaros did back on June 25th.
Yeah, again, Dustin, he had a lot of success playing them. One thing that Edmonton does defensively is they just kind of line up and play up because they have that much talent. It's not a very exotic front, so my biggest thing is that this Bombers line can protect Zach today. He will be able to pick this secondary apart. I know they've created a lot of turnovers, but he's been there, he's seen everything. The key thing, though, is can they protect?
15-8 versus Edmonton in his Hall of Fame career. Fakes the handoff, deep drop, pressure coming, gets it away, and he's got it in the hands of Dembski once more. DeBlanco with the tackle.
Dustin, this is a very cool play design. So what they've been doing is they bring Dembski through the line because on a lot of times Dembski is what they call they bomber him in. That's the Canadian term to block for the run. So DeBlanco bites down, sees it, and they go right over his head on a little sail route. Nick Dembski again here, he's cooking today.
Yeah, they're getting him involved big time. That first one went for 13. This one's going to set them up in second and very manageable 6 more. And an excellent start, 3rd catch of the game here for Dembski.
And this is a guy that has a ton of chemistry, understands defenses, and can do a lot of that dirty work underneath, which will open up the shots to Tim White and Ontario Wilson. 2nd
and 4 from the Winnipeg 50 here for Collaros. Dembski in the slot over to his right this time. Brady Oliveira stands directly to his right. Collaros looking to throw again. And he hangs that one out there. And Tim White goes and gets it. And that's the first catch of the game for Tim White.
Again, you're going to see Tim White here. He's on the inside, and he's just running a nice out-breaking route. It's man coverage, but it's 2-man, so that means it's inside leverage. Zach sees him right away.
Here goes Brady Oliveira. He'll get it down to the 20. Still going, and he's tripped up at the 15. Winnipeg's offense is wasting no time here. They're moving quickly. This one goes for 35 yards.
Yeah, and they're pretty much doing anything they want here. This is wide zone. You see everybody kind of turn and run. And Brady's barely touched there, bangs the front side.
Almost untouched. J.J. Ross makes that final tackle. Back inside the red zone. We go with the Bombers here.
Dustin, you got to finish here. I would give the ball right back to Brady again, at least in second and manageable.
He stands to the left of Collaros, who's got 4 options out to the wide side of the field. Ontario Wilson, 101 at the top of your screen. Looks to the right, throws to the right, has a completion. And that's for the first time in this game is to Tommy Neal. That's the 6th different player with a catch in this game for the Bombers.
And this will be a very fascinating decision here for Tommy Condell. As you said, it's a nice catch. We're sitting here looking at 2nd and 4. It's a long 3, let's put it that way.
Working quickly again, empty set for Collaros, and it's batted down at the line. And that'll bring up 3rd down from the 5.
I'll tell you, Dustin, I've seen lesser things called.
Little late, could have been a little late.
It's another tough situation.
Oh, they're going to challenge. O'Shea has thrown a challenge flag here. And Winnipeg is challenging roughing the passer. We'll review the play. Well, this will be an interesting conversation. They would be looking solely at if it was late or not. I think a few years ago it's a nothing play, but nowadays with the protection of the quarterback, I could see something here.
And again, all these get so gray to me. They get so gray to me, Dustin, where I look at this and say, it's not a crazy hit. I mean, you do feel that. I'm going to be honest with you, sometimes it's not a crazy hit. When DeBlanco runs into you at full speed, you're feeling it tomorrow morning. But to me, it looks like he could have easily peeled off and not hit him. And I don't know, you know, for the replay centers going to feel that. But I think it's too gray to go back and change it now.
Back and overturn it with what was called on the field.
In my opinion, I think you let it ride.
And you saw Zach look for the flag right away. Didn't get it. O'Shea challenges it. Here's the ruling. After review, the ruling on the field stands. Winnipeg will be charged a timeout. So it'll be 3rd down here. And the offense will stay on the field. 3rd and 3 from the Edmonton 5. They don't need the end zone. They need 3 yards to keep this drive going. Collaros will have White and Wilson. White over the slot to the left. Wilson at the bottom of your screen. Now it's going to be empty for Collaros. Looks to the right. Throws to the right. Incomplete. Was trying to find Dembski. Therese Reed was there in coverage. And the Bombers come up empty again. Big 3rd down here. Collaros looking for his favorite targets. Dembski couldn't find it.
Take a look at this play here. We're actually trying to get Tim White the ball, so we're going to motion him over here, and he's going to run a flat route. And the key is Nick Dembski is trying to pick his man. But you see, he goes over the top. And that's Chalon Garnes. Chalon Garnes is the guy who makes this play because they're trying to get Tim White the ball. He fights through the rub on Nick Dembski. So then Zach is now jammed, has to come back and try and fit in a small window. Again, things that don't show up on the stat sheet. They dial one up for Tim White, and Chalon Garnes makes a better play.
Fajardo, deep shot, right away! They got it out to the 45! Ran it out there for the former Bomber, Brendan O'Leary-Orange, and that flips the field.
Dustin, you said it. Talk about flipping the field. You make a big stop on 3rd down, and Cody Fajardo on the first play bangs one, and this game is turned on its head already.
Offensive plays in this game, 18 for Winnipeg. That's just the 3rd of the quarter. Here for Edmonton, it's 41 yards to O'Leary-Orange, who had 5 catches last week for 55 yards. First down from the 46. Fajardo looks to his right. That's where he's going to throw. Has a man wide open. And that is another first down, but the ball is out. Bombers on it. Wow, what a twist. Tony Jones comes up with it after the catch was made. And the ball is knocked out. The Bombers defense says, thank you very much. We'll take that thing back.
The Bruce Lee punch.
Bruce Lee 6-inch punch. Evan Holm making a defense. TJ Luther, the rookie, could not hang on to this. Here's another look at it.
And it's a great read by Cody. It's the guy. Watch him. 6-inch punch. Boom. Punch the ball. That's ball hawk right there. And again, I love when DBs can transition where they're in a spot where they can make the tackle, but also say, hey, I can do the next thing. Boom, ball out. Okay, you see that ball? You need a little bit of air. You know, you're not high and tight. They say 5 points of contact. Let's just enjoy this right here.
There it is. That's a good look.
You got to do it with the sound effect, though, Dustin. That's the key.
Let me try.
Yeah, you're on it. You're on it. Yes. There it goes again.
Jake Kelly in on it as well. And then it was Tony Jones who ran in and scooped it up. That's his second fumble recovery of the season. And an Edmonton defense that's already been on the field for 10.5 minutes in the first quarter has to go back out there right away.
Yeah, and we're going to see, obviously, as this game progresses, if it wears them down eventually in the fourth quarter.
They've bent quite a bit, but they have not broke just yet. Little miscommunication there, but Zach dives out and tucks that into the belly of Brady Oliveira, and they get 5 yards out of it.
That was a bit bizarre. Don't see that every day.
You don't see those two guys getting crossed up very often.
Yeah. You got to make some athletic plays to hand the ball off. Little pirouette action.
Offensive plays lopsided so far in this quarter. The score, though, just 3-0. Look at Polaris, Ontario Wilson, and Tim White to the short side of the field. Now he's going to look right over the middle. And that one looking for Tim White. He's able to hang on in some traffic, and that's a first down for Winnipeg.
Yeah, and here comes Tim White. He's just going to curl up here. A little curl flat action. Boom, see the speed, and then watch. Boom, boom, sit it down. And Zach finds that's a tight window. And again, this defense, they're not going to give you much. So, tight window. Speed into it. Nice execution by Winnipeg.
Better quarterback with some zip on that one. 1st and 10, smack dab in midfield. Edmonton will send 5. Collaros dumps it off over the middle, has Wilson. Wilson inside the 50, first down, a little bit more. And a nice first quarter for Ontario Wilson, who had no catches last week. A drop that won't soon be forgotten, but he's bounced back nicely tonight.
This is going to be his hot answer. They bring Cordell Jackson on the other side, and then you're going to see Wilson here just run a drag route. It's built in. Zach sees it right away. Okay, I got the pressure. I know I'm hot. Easy dunk. Moving the chains.
Another first down, this time from the Edmonton 41. Collaros is already at 122 passing yards in this game. This time they'll go on the ground. Brady Oliveira took a bump, but gets it down inside the 35. And Brady Oliveira is over 60 yards on the ground as well. A dominant first quarter from the visiting Winnipeg Blue Bombers, but they lead just 3-0 here on the road in Edmonton. Friday Night Football on TSN. 14-0, but it's only 3-0. Winnipeg's dominated this game so far, though.
Dustin dominated. I mean, offensively, they've run the ball, they've passed the ball, they've done everything but finish drives, and they've got to do that because we all know if they let Edmonton linger around, this is a defense that can create turnovers. This is a quarterback that loves to pull out gritty wins. So as much as we're not that close to the end of the game, this is a drive right here. You got to finish it because you just feel like this Edmonton team will find a way if you let them linger around.
Cody Fajardo has attempted 3 passes in this game. Zach has already thrown the ball 16 times. 12 of 16 in the first quarter. And they're putting together another drive right here as we pick things up in the second quarter. 2nd and 3 on the Edmonton 34. Brady Oliveira stands in behind his quarterback. 6 on that offensive line. They'll hand it off. Oliveira pushes right through. Another first down for Winnipeg. Their 11th of the ball game.
Dusty, watch this. Watch the big tight end here come back and wham, a defensive tackle. Here we go. Got him. And it's not much, but that's all it's going to take. And they're doing a really nice job. Dante Daniels and in there. They actually have Eli, the backup inside lineman, number 65, come in and play hand-down tight end. Dante Daniels plays in the wing position. Little wham block action. They're doing a really nice job right now utilizing that package.
Fresh set of downs from the Edmonton 30. Brady Oliveira already at 70 yards as well. Collaros looking towards the end zone. Tim White got it! Touchdown Winnipeg! And this time they will not be denied. Tim White's got his 5th of the season. It's a 30-yard strike.
Dustin, we talked about finishing drives. That's one way to finish a drive right now. Just go right over the top. Zach sees it right away. Great protection. Tim White's making that one every time. I got a lot of thoughts right now, big picture thoughts that I'll keep to myself. But if you're a Bombers fan, my goodness, should you have a smile on your face right now.
Points off a turnover as well for Winnipeg, which is big because they don't have many of them this year. Just 19 points off turnovers this year for the Bombers. Edmonton on the other side that has 103. So they managed to capitalize after the TJ Luther fumble. And Tim White wide open in the end zone. Zach Collaros off to a great start here. Makes no mistake.
So as we look at this here, you're going to see a receiver basically occupy Reed. So that's what Zach's looking at. And as we roll it, you're going to see what I call a deep cross underneath. So here comes the deep cross by Ontario Wilson underneath there. And Zach's looking at Reed. Boom, as soon as he bites down, he knows he has leverage to the post to Tim White. And he's got all that feel. He can throw it nice and high. And Tim White can go run underneath it. So again, Zach's catching that ball, staring directly at Reed. And if Reed blacks up, he's hitting Ontario Wilson underneath. Obviously, he went down. They got a home run over the top. High-level ball, silencing a lot of critics. Tommy Condell's cooking. Zach's cooking. Brady Oliveira's cooking.
They're getting whatever they want offensively.
Winnipeg's
right now.
cooking, and this is the best defense in the league.
Well, Therese Reed playing in just his 2nd game. And that's a veteran quarterback who might be picking on a guy right now.
Mike O'Shea's cooking. Look at him jogging down the side.
I see you, family. I love y'all. I see y'all
That is
watching
probably a guy they're going to put in a
We
bind
got y'all.
like
We
that.
going to get it done tonight. Come on.
6 plays, 74 yards in just over 3 minutes, and the Bombers lead 10-0. Javon Leak, can he find a spark? He will not. Up and down. Well, these two guys have been around the league for a long time. It's the sweet life of Zach and Cody. They were teammates together in 2019 with the Riders. Zach ends up in Winnipeg, enjoying those tendies with some honey dill. I love it. 2 Grey Cup championships. One of the best quarterbacks in the league since then. Won his first 9 career matchups versus Cody, including the playoffs. You're like, Cody's never going to get this guy. And then he did on the biggest stage, defeating Zach in the 2023 Grey Cup, and Cody was named the MVP.
That was a fun graphic. I really enjoyed that.
It off to Rake, and he gets popped on first down. And now a few discussions there after the hit by Tony Jones. Cody Fajardo arguably playing the best ball of his entire career right now.
Yeah, he's on fire. And to be honest, today he just hasn't been on the field. I mean, he's 2 for 3 for 69 yards. I mean, this guy, what more do you want? You got to get this guy on the field.
See if they can put something together here. It's a 2nd and 6 from the Edmonton 20. Bombers just send 3. Fajardo's got time. He's going way down the field again. Julian Grant broken up. Major Williams with a big-time play in the one-on-one down the field. And the Bombers defense gets it done.
We've seen some tremendous plays by both corners. J.J. Ross earlier, Major Williams here. This ball probably hangs a little more than Cody wants, but you talk about timing. It looks like he's beat, and he goes right to his hands. I mean, he's earlier. If he's any earlier, it's a PI. I think that's perfect. What an unbelievable job.
Favell lurks at his own 40. Towering kick from Julian. Hangs way up there. 55-yard boot. Here goes Favell, and he'll be tripped up short of the 45. Major Williams gets the job done defending there against Julian Grant. I would say this, if they don't, it's a huge waste of the night. The Emmy post party's got to be incredible.
Yeah.
Don't like our chances of ever being there.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Winnipeg has the ball again. 1st and 10 on their own 45. Kolaris, Dembski, he's down Edmonton territory, breaks the tackle and takes it inside the 40. And when we say Winnipeg is getting whatever they want, they're getting whatever they want tonight.
And they really are, and they're on fire. So we're going to see Dembski here. He's going to push up with speed and then bend it across the field on, I like to call it a deep dagger. But you're seeing here, it's a speed cut. And the key here is when he's running vertical, he's going so fast that he's able to turn Garnes' hips the other way. And as soon as he sees that, boom, put the ground, roll out of it, ball's out on time.
4th catch of the game for Dembski. Leads the team 68 yards. This time on the ground, Brady Oliveira. And he just rumbles right through the defense. And he's got another 1st down for the Bombers.
Dustin, this is what I call bully ball. This is bully ball. Okay, yeah, we're hitting passes, but we'll also run right down your teeth. Okay, you got Dembski, you got a fake to Ontario Wilson. Dembski's in there blocking. You see Neal on your screen going after Reed. And look at Gabe Wallace walking boys off the line of scrimmage. The whole offensive line right now, from my vantage point, is just beating up this incredible D-line. It's something to see.
1st downs in this game, 14-1 in favor of Winnipeg. Brady Oliveira is averaging 10 yards per rush attempt. This time they're going to throw. Kolaris, pressure up the middle, trying to get away. One hand flips it to Neal, who gets hammered, but is able to hang on. Kolaris, they say he's cooking too, eh?
He is, but I'll tell you what scares me. First off, it's a great off-schedule play here, and I think it's actually good protection. It just was a breakdown. You see, it's not like he's rushed right away. But at the end of this thing, and maybe I'm wrong here, but Tommy Neal, it looks like he's about to reach the ball out. Oh, you got to protect that football right now.
2nd and 4. Kolaris throwing again. And this one will be marked just short. Went right back to Neal. And that'll be a 3rd and short situation, and this should be Bryce Perkins' time.
And they're speeding up. They're speeding up. I mean, I'm having a hard time saying anything. They're speeding up so fast. They're wearing this defense down. That was cover 0 right there on 2nd and medium, which is their #1 coverage on the kind of 2nd and, again, intermediate plays. And Zach got the ball out quick. Now we got, looks like, legitimately 3rd and inches.
Perkins into the game. Doesn't need much. Looked like he might have bobbled it. Did he recover it before Edmonton could hop on it?
This is a disgrace if that happened. It's a disgrace.
It looked sloppy.
I can't fathom. They definitely fumbled it. Just did they get it back?
Now we'll have to figure out where they're going to spot this ball.
Holy smokes.
They're going to measure.
Holy.
They've called for a measurement here. Oh, I don't know where that ball is spotted.
Dustin,
I don't know if that's enough.
You said they're getting everything. They're cooking, you're throwing, you're running, and we can't do a simple center exchange. It's the little things they say that kill you, and it don't get much more little than that.
Big measurement early in this game. Does Winnipeg have enough? Oh, they do. Hey, we said they needed inches, and they got it by inches.
Wow, what a fortunate bounce. What a fortunate bounce there. Holy.
Just never got it cleanly.
That scares you right there if you're an OC, because that again, be something you're pretty good at.
3rd trip to the red zone today for Winnipeg. They lead 10-0. A statement half from the visitors so far here. A little bit of a draw. Oliveira hangs on to the ball. He's wrapped up this time. And Brady Oliveira closing in on a 100-yard first half here. He's Got 3 100-yard games this season, and now this is updated. As of this moment, he does lead the league in rushing yards.
I like it when he gets going in the secondary because he's rumbling around there just looking to run people over. It's really a fun watch.
Second and manageable once more. They need 5. They're on the Edmonton 12. Elks show a little bit of heat. We'll see if they back it off here.
Zach's checking. He's checking the play. They did the fake thing. He's checking everything. He sees something he wants. It's man coverage.
Looks to his left. Throws to his left. How about another shot to the end zone? Tim White, no, out of bounds. Didn't get a foot down. And that'll bring up 3rd down again. And this time it'll be Sergio Castillo onto the field.
So you watch Zach here. They did a little fake kind of waggle. And now he's bringing guys in because they showed pressure. And they fooled me too. It looked like man coverage. But Edmonton actually drops out of this thing and plays zone. So you see the zone droppers, which is not the play that Zach would want to check to. So it's a great job by Edmonton in their disguise there. He still has an answer. It's a tremendous throw, and you're looking about 1 foot out of bounds.
Sergio Castillo. Perfect again. And Winnipeg leads Friday Night Football on the road here in Edmonton. Well, it's been a tough stretch of games as of late for Cody Fajardo and the Double E. For more on that, let's send it down to Tom Gazzola.
A 10-week stretch, Dusty, where the Elks through the last 2.5 months have had some short weeks. They've had some injuries. And talking to Cody Fajardo, he challenged the group to get to 8-3 and earn that bye week before a couple of huge games against the Stampeders. Obviously, the Labor Day game is going to be a part of that. And then talking to Jordan Maximic, he says this group has done a good job of maintaining focus and intensity and has done a good job as well of emptying the tank heading into the bye week.
Well, they want to get to 8-3. They're going to have to start playing a heck of a lot better, at least on the defensive side of the ball. We haven't even seen them offensively. Oh, that's taken away. Winnipeg does it again. My goodness, that time it's Moxie, his first interception of the year, and things go from bad to worse for the Elks.
Dustin, Winnipeg loves to play match coverage, and we talked to Cody beforehand. He said what Winnipeg does is they're able to pick up, they can route read, they understand concepts, and as the year goes on, they have more film to watch, so that match gets even better. Look at Moxie, he runs the route for him. Boom! He broke in this route before Mac did. Like, you gotta be kidding me right now. That is a tremendous play, but to me, that comes from film prep. That comes from studying, understanding what they're trying to do. They had a backside tight end go to the flat. He goes, okay, they run, let's go to the glance route. And Moxie jumped the heck out of it.
Fajardo fired up on the Edmonton sideline. Collaros back out here again on the ground, staying on his feet. Brady Oliveira. And that is almost enough for another first down.
I mean, Moxie here, I'm going to circle him. So here he is. Watch him break before Austin Mack does. Bam, so he sees the tight end go. He knows, oh, I've seen this concept before. That, I'm telling you, you see that in film, you prep it, you got to give your shout out to your defensive coordinator because I'm sure he brought it up. And it was probably a tell. Hey, as soon as we get this tight end attached and he runs the flat, they love to take their receiver and run, again, a glance route. You need to jump that. Well executed. Evan Holman talking right now. Yeah, we've seen it.
Back at it again for the Bomber offense. Oliveira with some patience, finds some space, and has enough for the first down. First downs in this game are 16-1 in favor of Winnipeg.
I mean, Cody has 5 passing attempts and Zach has 21. And again, I'm not trying to be too pro Blue Bombers here, but they've gotten a lot of criticism. And Dustin, I watch a lot of film, and a lot of these losses have been a few plays away, a few things that I felt were very self-inflicted, and when they execute like tonight, this team is a unit.
Collaros on the roll to his right, puts on the brakes, looks down the field, and that is broken up. Tyrell Ford working there against Tommy Neal. That's almost stunning considering how well they played tonight. You see an incompletion, you go, oh, that's weird.
It's surprising, and you got to give it, you're going to see, here comes Neal, and he runs this in-breaking route, and Ford just gloves him up here. You see this thing. Ford's got outside leverage, sees it, is right on it, no separation. Ford versus Neal was a matchup that I don't think Winnipeg wants to take again.
8 for 12 on second down so far in this game. Elks at 4, Kolaris. Under a little bit of heat, can't get away. They'll take him down. Meyer is there. Won't be a sack. Looked like Kolaris picked up about a yard on the play. But maybe something to build on as Castillo will come out and kick one beyond 50.
And I was surprised Zach got out of this pretty quickly. It's a 4-man rush. There's a bit of a pocket, but you can see right away whatever he was seeing down the field he didn't like. Meyer slides onto kind of a late sack.
Sergio Castillo from outside 50. No problem. He knocks it home and now holds the record for most 50-yard career field goals in the Canadian Football League. Kolaris trying to get away. Gavin Meyer's had enough. For Sergio Castillo, his 41st career 50-yard or longer field goal, setting a CFL record, breaking the tie that he had with Westwood. Edmonton's possessions in this game: punt, fumble, punt, interception. This time they'll try to go on the ground. Not really going to work. A couple of yards. They got Javon leaking for a drive here, and it'll be second and deep for the Double E.
And as much as we praise Winnipeg's offense, Edmonton's offense hasn't been on the field much. We talk about those drives. Nothing is working on their end. They can't run the ball very well right now. They haven't thrown it well. I'm a bit surprised because Winnipeg's defense, especially their rush defense, specifically, I should say, not especially, has been very poor this year.
Second and 8 for Fajardo. Looks to his right. Now he's on the run. Pressure coming. Willie Jefferson trying to get him. And that is incomplete along the sideline. And once again, they'll be forced to kick it away with a 2-and-out.
And here's your guy. You see Willie right there. And you're going to scramble out. And I know you get flushed that way. Getting flushed to Willie's side is always going to be a bit tough. He's going to hawk you down. And he's got the long arms, too. Tough to throw over.
Edmonton has had the ball for 4 minutes and 59 seconds in this game. Winnipeg over 21 minutes. Vavel, a little bit of room up the sideline. He'll be pushed out of bounds. And we've hit the 3-minute warning here on Friday Night Football. Zach Kolaris and his Bombers in full control on the road against Edmonton.
Every sponsorship deal in Winnipeg because you picked the Edmonton Elks tonight.
Taking a street away about what I picked against.
No more street.
Paul Apple's just hanging out. He's at the kids' table.
You got him on the kids' table. Guy just qualified for the Olympics in flag football and put him in the kids' table.
You sit over there.
Yeah. Congrats to him and both the men's and women's flag teams. Big performance.
From the Winnipeg 36, this time they'll stop Brady Oliveira, who was just a couple of yards away from 100 here in the first half. This actually goes for a loss of about 1.
I'm going to get into the stats mode here. And obviously you're in second and long here. Edmonton is very tough on second and long, but if somehow they can find a way to convert this, Dustin, trying to get up 3 scores at half would be a dream come true, especially the way Edmonton has their offense run. So big play here.
Second and 11. 3 options out to the wide side left for Kolaris. And they're going to hand it off again. Brady Oliveira, look at this, pushing it ahead. And he'll be stopped 2, maybe 3 yards short. And they'll be forced to punt for the first time in this game. That does put Brady over 100 yards in the half.
I thought for a sec they're going to get it. Gutsy play called to draw on second and long. And Again, as dominant as this half has been for Winnipeg, Cody Fajardo and this Edmonton's offense can somehow find a way to score a touchdown here. 16-7 would be a dream come true with the amount of domination they've encountered.
Snap was over to the right. Jamison Sheen had to hustle over and get it. Good kick nonetheless. And it goes for 44 yards. Javon Lee steps out of bounds. Old Dutch Foods. You think you've got the leg for it. Old Dutch Foods is giving one fan the chance to win $500,000 of this year's CFL West Final. Visit kicktowincontest.ca to enter. Once again, that is kicktowincontest.ca to enter for a shot at $500,000. This is just the 10th offensive play of the game for the Elks. Fajardo will move a couple of options over to his right. Rankin goes down the field. Fajardo wanted it. He'll have to settle for Austin Mack, and that is a rare first down for the home team tonight.
You said it, rare first down, but we talk about finishing drives. Winnipeg has struggled. That's the one thing they've struggled to do. What a route there by Austin Mack. Speed, get out of it. Pushing both DBs back. Explosiveness. It's teach tape.
Austin Mack. His first catch of the game. And Fajardo pushes that one ahead. Austin Mack's having a heck of a season. This is a guy that Cody Fajardo wanted here in Edmonton, and he got him, and they have just picked up right where they left off in Montreal.
And Cody said to us a few weeks ago, Dustin, he couldn't believe that found out Austin Mack was available. He stood on the table, was screaming to anyone who would listen in this organization, get this guy in here. And clearly he was right about that.
2nd and 6 for Fajardo. Ton of time. There's a flag as he throws it deep, looking for Cephas. Could not get there, and now another flag thrown against Jake Kelly. 2 flags on the play. Fajardo running up the field. These are the first penalties of the football game. It's been that type of half so far. And what a swing here for Edmonton.
Illegal contact, Winnipeg number 39, that penalty is declined. Pass interference, Winnipeg number 16, spot of the foul, automatic, first down.
Fajardo has not hesitated throwing this ball deep tonight.
No, he's, no matter what the circumstances, he's a competitor. Every play is a new play, individual. Cephas gets behind the defense. It's a good call. I know it's not much, but you can see it right there. That's a pass interference every day of the week.
51-yard penalty. And now 1st and 10 from the Winnipeg 15. Fajardo looking to his right. Austin Mack to the 5. End zone touchdown, Edmonton. And the Elks have life. Austin Mack, 7th of the season.
This is a great execution by the Elks here. They bring in Cordy, an extra lineman to play tight end. I thought to myself, well, here comes the handoff to Rankin. That's what I was thinking, and clearly so were the Bombers, because it's a nice play action, little rollout. Austin Mack wide open in the flat.
And they will go for 2 to try and make this an 8-point ball game. Rankin stands in to the left of Fajardo. Austin Mack at the bottom of your screen against Moxie. Fajardo looks to the left, now over the middle, back at the end zone. Too much juice on it. Wanted Luther working against Kelly. And they'll have to settle for just 6, and they trail by 10.
11 seconds to go in the half. Already score. Winnipeg 16 points.
Dustin, this is a really unique play design here for this touchdown to scheme up Austin Mack to get open. If you look at him, I'm going to highlight him right here. So here he is. But what he's going to do is he's going to come up like he's blocking and actually slot back out inside of the extra lineman, Corey. So here he comes like he's kind of running divide zone, foot in the ground, and slots back in inside, and you see everybody flowing to the left. And why they're flowing that way is because when you bring these receivers in as part of the run game and you bring them over, a lot of times you'll go across the formation. So everyone's waiting to see, okay, Rankin's going to pop out the front side. Cody pulls the ball, and that's how Austin Mack ends up. He had to make a little move here at the 2, but he pretty much was untouched walking in.
4 plays, 82 yards, 51 yards on that penalty. 38 seconds. And now Collaros will get the ball with about a minute and a half to work, which is a ton of time with the way they've been moving it so far in this one.
Let's go.
It'll be interesting.
Possibly something for the home team to build on. Now a short kick. Vavel's going to have to hustle up. He takes this at the 30. And Vavel back to the 45. A pretty good field position for the Winnipeg offense.
Number 45,
It's a nice tackle here. I'm not sure I understand we call it the pooch kick. I'm not sure I understand the pooch kick because Vavel still ended up catching it.
Well, yeah, and at this time, I want to kick it deep. You give him a great field position here at the 46.
That's
DK Bonhomm's having a great year on special teams. Made the play there. First and 10 on the 46. You're almost already in Castile field goal range with that monster of a leg. Now on the ground, Brady Oliveira a few yards. We got close to 4 on first down with 1:21 on the clock. You're probably trying to avoid Vavel, I guess, with that kick, but
yeah, you ended again.
still got there.
Still got there and picked up a few yards. This will be an interesting call here by Edmonton's defensive corner J.C. Sherritt in this second intermediate, 2nd and 6. He is somewhat known to bring out cover 0. On a time like this, that would be very high risk, high reward. I wouldn't do it, but we'll see what he calls.
It's an empty backfield for Collaros. Far side of the field, incomplete. It was DeBlanco who was out there in coverage, working against a big tight end, Dante Daniels.
And that's a tough one for Dante because Zach basically trusts him to go win. He sees the man coverage. He says, okay, I got a tight end on a linebacker, DeBlanco. I got a fade ball or a go ball. I'm taking this all day. And just hoping he can even high point it. And it looked like as Dante turned his head there, he kind of slowed down a bit. And obviously the youngster and Zach kind of need to continue to build their pass game relationship, have a little better chemistry.
Davison Sheen, who just got that away, almost blocked. There's a flag back by the kicker as Leak returns this 50-yard boot. And we'll see what that penalty is for. Like we said, for the most part, a penalty-free half. I believe it's going to be a call to hold.
Holding, Winnipeg number 42. That penalty be declined.
They will decline the penalty.
Yeah, that's one where the kick was about to be blocked, and the long snapper LaRue was like, I'm going to take this penalty rather than get it blocked.
Blanchard now readies himself. His career long is 57 yards. That was this season.
And he made that kick. He made that kick with a lot of room to go.
He's got a big leg.
He's got a big leg.
Yeah, there are some accuracy issues in his rookie season, but he has locked it in this year. He's 93.5%, 29 of 31. And he's 3 of 4 outside of 50. But Fajardo's got some work to do to get them there. Quickly to his left. Dietrich Nichols with a good tackle as they get it into the hands of Cephas. That's his first catch of the game. Goes for just 4 yards. It seems ridiculous that it's still just a 10-point game with the way this half is played out.
It definitely does. And if Cody can muster up some magic here, it might be less than that.
Well, and they will get the ball to begin the second half. He's got a first down. Austin Mack And he'll step out of bounds, working there against Major Williams. 32 seconds on the clock.
Austin Mack is really doing a nice job accelerating on these stop routes or hitch routes outside. It's giving him some cushion. And whether it's now or later in this game, if they continue to hit those, you're going to see a double move. He's going to go over the top.
Bombers try to send four. Fajardo thought about going deep. Now he's going to find a little bit of room, and he's off on the run. Cody Fajardo staying on his feet. He'll slide just outside the 40 with 23 seconds on the clock. He wanted the deep shot, didn't he?
He did. He was looking at it. He almost pulled the trigger, but I think it was a great decision not to do it. You can see it right here. He's about to, and he's like, all right, we can't risk a turnover.
Second and a couple. Almost intercepted. That would have been going back the other way. Tony Jones. Oh, he's frustrated. That was right in the hands.
Dustin, as great as this half has been from Winnipeg, there's another side of this coin that is missed opportunities, whether it's on offense finishing drives or that situation right there, because if Tony catches this ball, I don't think anyone tackles him. I think it's 6 the other way.
So Edmonton will have to kick it away one last time. Julian will let it fly from just outside his own 30. Babel, a true game breaker. Can he find one here? He's upended, then he's hammered down after a 59-yard punt from Jake Julian. And Winnipeg will have the ball to end the half. They'll have the lead going into the half. And you're going to feel good about it, but you're not going to feel great about it, are you?
Yeah, outside of the last, it's called 4 or 5 minutes of the second quarter, it was utter domination. But Edmonton's starting to pick up some momentum, figured a few things out, and they get the ball to start the second half. So we got a ball game on our hands tonight.
300 yards of offense for Winnipeg in the first half of this game, and they lead 16-6. Now, they don't care how they get it done. When it's all said and done, they need the victory here tonight to go to 6-4, put themselves right in a good race here with Edmonton, who would fall to 7-4. And there's a lot to build on for Winnipeg after that opening half of football. We'll see what the message is for Edmonton as well. Zach Collaros goes 16 of 23 for 190 yards. 57 of those yards were to Tim White.
And we talked about this before the game, Dustin, but the combination of Tim White and Ontario Wilson, as they get more comfortable with Zach, can be really deadly.
Tim White with his 5th touchdown of the season, standing by with Tom Gazzola.
Tim, the attack on the ground over 100 yards, the attack through the air 190 yards, almost 300 yards of offense. Time of possession, you guys were all over them. How would you sum up what you guys were able to do in that half?
Yeah, we started off the game just with a lot of energy. We were united. We marched down the field, continue to put points up on the board. That's how you want to start off a half.
How much do you change in the second half, or is it just more of the same in your mind?
It's definitely not the same. I say you elevate the energy, elevate the execution. We got to play harder. When you're playing good teams like this, it takes everything, and we can't let them have anything, so we got to just continue to battle.
Tim, thanks for the time. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you, family. I see you watching. Love you, baby.
Tim White and the Bombers leading the Elks 16.
For Friday Night Football in town here for week 12. And it's an interesting game because it's just 16-6. But the time of possession, 22:53 to 17:07. 300 net yards of offense for the Bombers, and their lead is just 10. The Elks hanging around in this one. Malik Carney on the defensive side of the ball, standing by with our own Tom Gazzola.
Malik, considering how much time you guys spent on the field in that half, how would you say you guys were able to hold things together?
Man, we got to play clean football. We got to play clean physical football, man, and we still got another half yet, so we got some time to clean it up.
What are you expecting from them, and what are you expecting from you guys in this half?
Full effort from us. So it's going to be a great battle.
Appreciate the time, Malik.
Thank you.
Clean it up. Still in it. Just got to make some plays.
Yeah, you said it, and I'll be honest, this Winnipeg defense deserves a lot of credit because they've really done a good job just stymieing everything Edmonton's trying to do.
It is the second half of Friday Night Football, and we are underway. Thank you very much for joining us. Edmonton will try to climb out of this hole. Here's Javon Leak picking his way back up the sideline. Gets just outside the 30, and as we bring Cody Fajardo on, you mentioned, give this Bombers defense some credit. It was an excellent half.
Yeah, they forced turnovers, which they struggled at. And my biggest thing coming into this thing, Winnipeg's defense was dead last in opponent rush yards per game, opponent rush yards per carry, and they've come out here and basically held Rankin and Leak to 10 total yards. Cody Fajardo is the leading rusher with 12, and those have been on scrambles. But they've got nothing going in the run game right now.
Rankin just 2 yards, or 2 carries. This is his third. Finds a little bit of space there, and they need more of that. 8 yards on 2 carries. This one will go for 14. Something maybe jumpstart the offense.
And that's exactly what Jordan Maximic, the offensive coordinator, is going to want. You see both the tackle and the guard pull. It's a nice hold. It's a gap scheme run. I was surprised they didn't have that going more often in the first half. I think they're going to get a heavy dose of Justin Rankin here today in the second half.
Rankin leading the Canadian Football League with 43 missed tackles coming into this one. Runs into a wall. Not going to get out of this. He'll be gang tackled and brought down. Bombers defense has seen enough.
They've done a good job, this Bombers D-line, minus the first play of the half we just saw, of just giving up no movement. And you just watch this here. This is a run play, and you see they're not a ton of push. They're filling gaps. They're fitting it up right. You know, Wilson comes in and cleans that thing up. And Tony Jones has been playing downhill football at the linebacker position. Put Cody in tough spots.
It's a 2nd and 14 for Fajardo. Bombers just sent 4. Deep drop from Cody. Down the field. And is it taken away? That's Vavel on the far sideline. Luther saying I had it. And now a conversation with the officials. This will be an interesting one. They're going to say Luther, I think, had the ball. Then when they went out of bounds, Vavel took it away from him. It's a great catch from Luther if it holds up.
Great catch. What a throw. I mean, that's a tough spot to put it in, but to me, this is a... I know. This will be the angle here, Dustin. To me,
Third and 1 for Edmonton.
Pretty much simultaneous there.
Yeah, I think you have.
Now Fajardo, 3rd and short. And he picks up the first down. We'll give you another look at this last play, a tie-up essentially from Vavel and Luther.
That is so tough. That is such a tough situation to call as an official. I believe it's tie. It does go to the receiver. There's a moment where it looks like Luther to me. There's a moment where it looks like it's Vavel, and then the final kind of ends like it's a tie. Tough call.
1st and 10 from the Winnipeg 51. Fajardo wanting to throw again. Pump fake. Looking for Austin Mack. As Austin Mack working against Major Williams. Williams did a good job there just sticking with him.
Really well. This is the double move we talked about earlier. I said they kept getting Mack. He kept doing these stop routes, and you're going to see it here. Great job by Major Williams. Boom. A little sluggo, slant, and go action. Try to get him on a little double move, and Major Williams said, not on my watch.
2nd and 10. As Edmonton tries to find points on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Pressure coming right up the middle. Fajardo gets it away. It's caught by his running back, Rankin, who's popped by Vavel. And Rankin gets up with a few choice words for the return man who's playing corner right now.
Jake Serezna comes around the horn here on a stunt, basically unblocked. I mean, Cody fades away from it, but that is not an easy throw to deliver when Serezna is right in your face and he puts it on the money. Once again, Cody Fajardo showing a lot of grit.
Ball up to the Winnipeg 34. This time it's Rankin. Can he escape the clutches of Tony Jones? He cannot, and that'll be a loss of about a yard on the play.
Loss of above 1 yard on the play, 2nd and 11.
Well, Rankin last week against Toronto, despite the big win, he had 16 carries, but just 2.93 yards per carry. He's due for a big week, but the Bombers not allowing it so far. He's got 18 yards on 5 touches.
14 of them on 1 carry, so those other 4 attempts have gotten the 4 total yards.
Winnipeg sends 3. Fajardo. Right over the middle. Incomplete. Had a pretty good look at Cephas, but he could not haul it in. Found some space in that defense. Is that one he should have had?
Yeah, that's it. I put this one on Cody here. Winnipeg rushes 3. It's great protection. It's wide open. The ball just sails a bit. I do think Cephas should catch it, but in the same breath, you'd like that ball a little bit of an easier catch as well.
Instead, it'll be a 42-yard field goal attempt for Blanchard. And that is up, and he sneaks it through. And we have a 7-point game on Friday Night Football. Brady Oliveira, what a first half, 110 yards. This year's 128 yards. He's already at 110, and if Edmonton's going to hang around in this game, they got to slow this guy down.
Yeah, he's rolling, and the offensive line's getting a great push. Again, we talked about it early in the game here, Dustin, but the key for Winnipeg's offense is to stay on schedule on first down. And Brady has helped them do that. He's also converted a lot of second and mids. And it's been some zone, it's been a few gaps. They've gotten the ball out of the backfield in the pass game a couple times. He's been everywhere tonight.
He's got 11 yards receiving, 121 total yards of offense in the first half for Brady Oliveira, who leads the Canadian Football League in rushing as of right now. They'll give it to him to start. And he drags Noah Taylor along with him for a pickup of 6 yards.
Tommy Condell will love that. You know, again, we talked about it. This is exactly the world. Tommy mentioned it when we talked to him this week. Zach mentioned it. They need to stay in this 2nd and 4 range. In the coverages that Edmonton's defensive coordinator, J.C. Sherritt, generally plays in this range also bodes well to Winnipeg's favor. So, great start there on first down.
We'll see if Edmonton tries to mix that up a little bit after giving up 300 yards of offense in the first half. Now they're going to hand it off. Tried to mix things up a little bit. It was Dembski who slid in there and took that one. And that'll bring up 3rd down after a loss on the play.
DeBlanco here comes flying downhill. I mean, he was running. He didn't make the play, but just blew it up. You're going to see him right here. Here he goes, right down the A-gap. That's not how you draw it up. You don't generally want a linebacker flying in the A-gap on a run play.
3rd and 7. Jamison Sheen just outside his own 30. Spirals in there. Vavel takes it cleanly at the 14. Straight burst ahead, and he'll get out of bounds. And Edmonton will have the ball, trailing by a touchdown. Friday Night Football on TSN. And a couple Canadians in the thick of it. Anna Wang at 7 under. She's top Canadian. Brooke Anderson, who's got a big crowd following her here in Edmonton. She's at 5 under. Good enough for T18. I know the mosquito's been awful here this year. After the first round, all the players are trying to adjust to that issue, which probably doesn't happen very often. Now it's Rankin up the middle. Pretty good pickup on first down, considering what we've seen so far in this game. He'll get 5 there.
Dustin, we talked about it a bit in the first quarter. Winnipeg settling for field goals, not finishing drives, let Edmonton hang around. I know it's a lot of game left, but it certainly feels like one of those moments where Edmonton's just starting to heat up and get going.
Midway through the 3rd quarter, lots of time in this game. That's Brendan O'Leary-Orange, who slides around the slot to the right of Fajardo. Cody looks to his left, throws to his left, racing for contact there. The tackle comes from Smith. Catch made by Luther, and it will be enough for a first down for Edmonton.
Cody sees something pre-snap. You see his eyes go to it right away. Ball's out on time. First down. Dustin, don't let Cody Fajardo heat up now. We've seen what this man can do when he heats up.
TJ Luther, second on the team with 45 catches coming into this one. Now they're going to toss it out to Rankin. Can he find some space? Rankin trying to push it ahead. And that's close to another first down. And it is an Edmonton first down.
The guy who springs this play is actually a receiver. You're going to see in a second O'Leary Orange come in, and he's going to pin the end right there. You see this right here. And when you have a receiver pin the end like this, now all of a sudden we're pulling linemen. You see both big boys get out there. And two big blocks, big bodies. Rankin turns the corner. You love that when you got a receiver that can kind of do the dirty work for you.
It's a big body, too. 6'4", 205 is O'Leary Orange. Spent some time with the Bombers. Now Rankin on the other side, and he'll be tracked down from behind. A big body in Lawson taking him down after a pickup of 3 yards, 2nd and 7. This Winnipeg defense this season, dead last in the league, averaging about 128 yards against rushing the ball. Done a better job of it so far here tonight. Of course, that big game against BC kind of skews things a little bit. Fajardo likely to be throwing here. Looks to his right, locks in, and he guns it into the waiting hands of Cephas, who hangs on to this one with Nichols right on his back.
And you're going to see here, it's just basically they have a switch release here, then we bend around, and it's a clear out inside. You see the inside clear out, and Cephas just boom, speed cut, ball's out on time. Certainly a different feel than this first half.
Fullback Skylar Griffith into the game, into the slot. Now you'll see him slide down, take up a position at the end of the line, and they'll hand it off. Rankin, there's the burst, a little bit of space, hangs onto the ball as he was tracked down from behind, but 15 yards for 5 in green and gold.
So I want you to watch Boyko here. He comes in and basically pins this down, and then Rankin's going to press and come right back. This is true zone principles here. So you watch Rankin, press, press, press. Boyko creates that gap. Murray climbs up to the backer. A little bit of space. And you know with a little bit of space, Rankin's going to make this thing pop. Again, they're rolling right now, Dustin.
Griffith stays in. And now they'll go to Rankin again. He's tied up immediately there by Jaden Woodbay. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Really no further. That'll bring up, I might give him a yard on that initial push. Maybe a 2nd and 9, maybe.
Winnipeg's battling. This is obviously a tough run offense, and they've given up a lot more here in the third quarter, but they've also made a few plays still against it. Big 2nd and 9 here, Dustin.
Big 2nd and 9. Field goal would only make it a 4-point game. Fajardo's got other things on his mind. Bombers just sent 3. Near sideline. Austin Mack, first down, Edmonton. Austin Mack with his team leading 4th catch of the game.
To me, when I watch this, it just seems too easy. You know, you look at it, and it's a stop route. 2nd and 9, he runs a 10 to 12-yard stop route, and he's got 2-3 yards of cushion. And I get you're afraid to get beat deep, Dustin, but it's a bit of a, morale killer when it's like we're just playing pitch and catch outside.
Well, that's how Cody can break you down, right?
Yes.
Like Fajardo will take advantage of those situations. 1st and 10 from the Winnipeg 16. Pump fake. Now Fajardo in a little bit of trouble on the run. Finds a man. It's held on to. Not enough for a first down. But he gets it back to TJ Luther. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
This is off script here, Dustin. Again, you see Cody look left. Whatever he wants is not there, and the O-line is battling tonight. This is also, we talk a lot about Edmonton's D-line, especially against the pass. Winnipeg's D-line against the pass is phenomenal, and they've done a good job, they being the Elks offensive line tonight, at protecting Cody.
Winnipeg staff out to take a look at Michael Fletcher. So we will step away here on Friday Night Football. Don't go anywhere. Cody Fajardo, 70 yards on 6 of 8 here in the second half. This is the 10th play of this drive as they try to even up the ball game. It's going to be a 2nd and 2.
Yeah, and early on in this game, we were talking about the huge discrepancy between Zach Collaros statistics and Cody Fajardo, and they're getting close to a couple more completions. They're getting close to being identical here soon.
They've evened things up. Tale of 2 halves so far in this football game. Fajardo with Rankin in behind him. Will they run it on 2nd and 2? Got some extra bodies on the line. They'll give it to Rankin, pushing it ahead. He's got the first down, wants a little more. They'll try to push him in, but he'll be stopped just short.
Dustin, when you have a receiver like O'Leary Orange that can do these sort of things in the run game, it's special. Here he is right here. Okay, you see him, then here he goes.
They go quickly, pushing it in, and they've got it. Touchdown, Edmonton. Cody Fajardo does it himself, and we've got a game at Commonwealth.
And again, I go back. O'Leary Orange opens that hole up, and you have a walk-in QB sneak. Obviously in the Canadian League with the 1-yard neutral zone, somewhat easy. That's an impressive drive right there by Edmonton.
Fajardo has his 3rd rushing TD of the season. And yard out to tie this game. That's exactly what he does. It's an 11-play, 84-yard drive that takes 6 minutes, and a game that was won 16-0 is now tied at 16. Dialed back in with an 11-play, 84-yard drive.
And Dustin, this is what these guys do. We talk about Cody. They get Rankin going early. You see Cody a little bit behind, but an on-time throw there. Rankin on an inside zone play, pops one. I mean, this guy's rumbling. Okay, Cody on 2nd and long, finds his guy Austin Mack. Then he goes off schedule to make the play and finishes the drive himself. I watch Edmonton this year, and Dustin, they've obviously struggled, everyone knows, in the past X amount of years, but the brand of football and the style that Killam has these guys playing, and you add on a guy like that, man, Cody Fajardo, you add on Justin Rankin, you see the defense and the turnovers are created. It's a fun brand of football, and the stadium is filling up. It's been really a great atmosphere here tonight.
It's a good vibe here tonight, and it's country night, so everybody's dressed up like cowboys, and they're singing along.
They are. It's live here now.
Little slick from Vavely, takes it on his own 2. Stays on his feet beyond the 20, steps out of bounds around the 25. Well, we'll shift gears to Winnipeg's offense. Tommy Condell, and we'll send down to Tom Gazzola for that.
Yeah, Tommy Condell coming into this game, Dusty and Luke said that the Elks defense gives them a real tough challenge. I mean, he talked about the guys on the interior. He talked about Malik Carney and Jared Brakeman and what they can do. He says they play heavy and that they're nasty. Now, when it comes to his team, he says that they've been consistently inconsistent in championship caliber teams find their consistency. And he said, guys, this is cliche, but with Zach Collaros back in action, they're building things up day by day, brick by brick. And it's starting to look good for them right now.
Yeah, you get a guy who's won a couple of MVPs back. It's going to go a long way.
Yes, it will.
Now he's going to look on the near sideline, trying to find Tim White. A little bit too much on that. White couldn't get there.
It's almost
2nd and 10.
Dustin, it's almost shocking how, and it happens, you know, not this often, but how great and phenomenal one half can be. And then really towards the end of that second quarter to now, they've struggled to really do anything. And this is a play right here where you've got leverage. It's Tim White's an outbreaking route. And you can see Zach's a bit frustrated, and I get it. That's one that they would expect to have.
Crowd here at Commonwealth trying to get behind this defense. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Collaros under pressure, can't get away. Elks defense gets to the quarterback. Noah Taylor.
Dustin, Taylor just wins on the front side here. We'll circle him. He's at the top. Here he is. It's not a real crazy move. He just comes off rushing. Little rip, you know, and Stanley Bryant gets beat. It's a big loss of yards as well, and obviously you're punting.
Team leading 5th sack of the season for Noah Taylor. And now good field position looming here for Edmonton. Leak takes it just inside the 45, decides to go right back up the middle. And he does find Winnipeg's side of the field here as we near the end of the 3rd quarter. We are tied at 16 with an excellent 4th quarter locked and loaded here for Friday Night Football. A big battle in the West is living up to the hype. Bombers led 16-0. Edmonton has answered with 16 of their own. And an excellent 4th quarter is on the way here on Friday Night Football on TSN. Flipped Edmonton 11.5 minutes. What's going on here, Luke?
It's hard to put your finger on it, and you know, Tom just said it. Winnipeg has been consistently inconsistent.
Yeah.
And again, if you're a Bombers fan right now, you got to be a bit frustrated because you come out here against, you know, arguably the best team in the West right now, and you put it on them for, you know, a quarter and a half, almost a full 2 quarters, and since then, it's not like you've been slowed down. You've literally got nothing.
Yeah.
You've just been smoked.
Well, you look at some of the opportunities they had. They went for it on the 3rd down and missed the touchdown pass. And they almost didn't get in on 3rd and inches, but Perkins managed to do it there. But they left some points on the board. And early, when you're in control like that, you might be thinking, oh, it's not the end of the world. But it's kind of the end of the world right now.
It feels like that. And the next thing, Dustin, to kind of talk about Justin Rank on the other side for the Elks, it's like eventually he's going to wear you down and he's going to break one. And it certainly seems like that's coming here very soon.
This one will start on the 52. They'll toss it out to Rankin again. And he'll find 2, almost 3 yards. Helmet goes rolling.
This is a hard-nosed football game, though. And that's one thing I really enjoy tonight. Is it's been a bit strange between one team dominating, the other team dominating, but you can feel it. To be honest, it feels a bit like a playoff game to me right now. There's a lot of hard hits. Offensive and defensive lines of both teams are thumping. It's good ball tonight.
Well, if Edmonton were to win this, they would have the season series. And it puts them in the driver's seat. So it does have playoff game vibes. And now Fajardo gets it to his running back. And it's a 1st down for Edmonton.
This was a bit weird. I mean, it's like 2 checked out in the same spot. And Cody kind of slings this thing. Like, that's kind of a hard throw for 4 yards. Rankin does a nice job catching it, but talk about throwing a heater at your boy.
Fajardo 14 yards away from 200. Pretty much exactly the same as Colares on the other side. Deep drop here for Fajardo. Now he's going to look down the field. O'Leary on! Does he have it? No! Incomplete! He caught one earlier that went for over 40 yards. Could not grab this one.
Yeah, for a moment it looked like he came down with it. It's a good throw by Cody. Guy in his face as well. Good defense, though. At the same point, I'm not going to say it. I would personally love if there wasn't a field goal post in the middle of the field, but that's me personally.
2nd and 10. Fajardo looking for 1st down yardage. He's got it with Austin Mack. And Austin Mack is just finding open places in this defense right now.
Yeah, Austin Mack is a great field. And we talked about the chemistry these guys have. Here he is right here, and he's just going to find the void in this zone. You see him here again. Boom. Gets a release, vertical push, foot in the ground. Working away from those zone defenders. Ball's out on time.
.200 passing yards for Fajardo. 1st and 10 from the Winnipeg 27. Knew exactly where he was going with that one. Quick release. And it's another 1st down. This time back to TJ Luther.
And boy, are they moving. coverage, so he knows that's going to be a soft spot in the zone. And here he goes. Catch it, turn, throw. Fire that thing. It seems like everything's cooking for the Elks right now, and it's fun. I love watching Cody when he heats up, and he's got this poise about him. He's in control.
First downs were once 15-1 for Winnipeg. They're now 18-16 Edmonton.
Crazy.
What a swing in this football game. Rankin again. And nowhere. Not even back to the original line of scrimmage. See a number of Bombers involved in this one.
Yeah, Jordan Younger has that run play figured out. They're adjusting to it, and it's a bit of a chess matchup. Maximic is using different personnels to try and get Rankin on the edge, and for the most part, the Bombers have done a great job there. And we got a 2nd and 11. We got a ball game here tonight, Dustin. I'm enjoying it.
They'll go from the Winnipeg 17. Austin Mack goes over the middle. Fajardo on the run, in trouble. Ball is out, sitting there. Bombers are on it. Mad scramble. Who's got it? The officials trying to get to the bottom of the pile. Winnipeg ball. David Reese knocks it out of the hands of Cody Fajardo. And is that enough to swing momentum back in the favor of the Bombers? But Davis Reese has a big one here, Luke.
Yeah, and this is just a great rip. It's not a 6-inch punch. You see it here. Rip that ball out. And Cody, you'd love him to roll pressure, but sometimes, Dustin, you're just pressing a little bit too much. It's 2nd and 11. Get down there. You know, whether you get 1 or 2 extra yards ain't going to do anything. I think Cody will want that one back, obviously.
Collaros will take over on the Winnipeg 16. Empty backfield here. 3 to the left, 3 to the right. Throws it to Wilson. They try to set up a bit of a screen. Get about half of what they need. That is the first completion for Zach Collaros in the second half.
There's a lot of fans of the Bombers right now. They're going to be very interested to see what exactly Tommy Condell is going to call right here. You obviously want to avoid the 2 and out. You are in a down and distance in 2nd and 4 where you can run the football. It has been working for you, or do you trust that?
Lots of Bombers fans in attendance. They know this is a big second down. Edmonton sends 5. Some pressure up the middle. Collaros down the field has a man wide open. It's Wilson. Incomplete. I think both his feet were out of bounds when he caught that one. 3rd down.
Dustin, this is tough if you're a Bombers fan here, and I get the ball pulls you there, but what's strange is how the adjustment Ontario Wilson makes. I think if he catches this over his shoulder, he can keep his feet in bounds. You see how he kind of pivots away from it and catches it on his other shoulder. There's a world, it's a tougher catch. Or again, he kind of lets that thing drop into the bucket on his outside shoulder, and he's probably still in bounds. And that's a 2 and out that is tough, because that should have been a big play.
Jamison Sheen will kick it away, and now there's a flag on the play.
Time count violation. Winnipeg number 18. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Cephas is back to return this kick for Edmonton. So I don't know if Javon Leake had to have been banged up here. Not available.
Timer,
right now.
please reset the clock to 9:34.
Since Winnipeg went up 16-0, they've had 5 consecutive 2 and outs.
And as an offensive guy, that last one's got to be the toughest, because that should have been a massive completion.
Cephas inside the 45, secures the ball and takes it back out beyond the 50. While Winnipeg looking for answers. Terry Wilson just couldn't stay in bounds. Tommy Condell not happy. Zach Collaros in this half, 6 passing yards. Brady Oliveira, 6 rushing yards.
That is shocking, to say the least.
We've been told that Javon Leake is doubtful to return, dealing with a bit of a knee issue. Here's Fajardo, and he's going to run this, isn't he? And he'll slide at the 50. A couple yards short of a first down. They'll give him 8 there. Cody Fajardo last week, longest rush of his career. And he's a guy who's been running for a long time in his career. This one went for 44.
Look at this guy, breaking tackles.
When he wants to go, he can go.
He's got the ability to do it.
2nd and 2, just over midfield. Rankin right up the gut. He's got the first down and a little bit more for good measure. He'll take it down just outside the Winnipeg 40. Give him 9.
This run game is coming to life here, and again, they're doing a really nice job. You see O'Leary Orange kind of leading up. Rankin's pressing and following his receiver through the hole. And they're marching.
Just over 8 minutes to play here on Friday Night Football. Another toss out to Rankin. Picks his way ahead, and that's kind of where they got him going, right? Got him outside a little bit, kind of got those legs moving.
Yeah, and Rankin has told us his favorite thing is the toss, kind of getting outside. His favorite run. And as you can see, they're trying to get him where he feels most comfortable. He's just so tough to bring down in space, and then once you decide to then go back inside, it opens everything up. So they're setting things up. He's getting rolling. He's up to 75 total rush yards. I'd keep feeding him if I was Jordan Maksimic right now.
Oh, they need 5 more yards here. Fajardo's going to want to throw, and he's got Austin Mack. And Austin Mack has a first down for Edmonton.
There they are again, just 5-yard hitch, 10-yard stop, whatever it is. They're getting Austin Mack out into the boundary. They're running him on these, again, I call them stops. And pretty easy pitch and catch when it all comes down to it.
Yeah, not a lot of those have been contested in any fashion.
Timeout, Winnipeg.
That's Tony Jones on the far side of the field who is down.
But Dustin, that'll be a massive loss for them.
It would be, yeah.
Especially when it comes to stopping the run. Tony Jones is 5th in the CFL right now, tackling efficiency, and he's got the most tackles in the CFL coming into tonight against the run. It's not talking about, you know, pass catching and then someone tackling. I'm talking straight run tackling. He leads the league.
He's been outstanding. Well, this would even be a big loss for just the 3 plays.
Yes.
Right, with Tony Jones coming out, I'm sure Edmonton would be already looking at it. Right, they're sitting there in the huddle going, okay, if he's not going to be in there, we're going to have to try to attack that area.
It's a bit of a, you know, he's up talking. And
yeah, he's been in this position for quite a while now. Now he's up.
That's a positive sign.
Hopefully for the Bombers' sake, he'll be back in before we know it. But with just 7 minutes left in this game, anytime that you don't have Tony Jones could hurt you. So Jaden Woodby will slide in here. Jalen Smith, Kyrie Wilson in the middle of that. We've got a wave going here at Commonwealth. First time in a while I've seen that one.
Cody's.
He wants to play, doesn't he?
Yeah, maybe his headset went out. Who knows there? If I'm Jordan Younger here, I'm bringing some sort of heat. I'm trying to get some sort of spark here, knock him back, something like that.
First down for Fajardo. Rankin again. Push ahead. Tackle made. Lawson in the mix there. And the running backs, much like this football game, this would be your second half yards. Rankin 70 yards. Oliveira just 6 in the first half. Brady Oliveira had 110 and Rankin had 8. Brady's been sitting there for most of the half.
Yeah, he's probably frustrated as well because they need to get him the ball here. just help them keep them on schedule.
Big 2nd and 7. It'll be an empty set for Fajardo. Bombers send 4. Fajardo gets it away and it's dropped. Julian Grant. That's one you probably gotta have. Doesn't have a catch in this game, and oh, does he want that one back?
Yeah, and you see Julian's going to waggle up here and just sit down. Nothing crazy. It's a soft zone. The ball's out on time. And there's Mack on the other side running a speed out. I mean, in a game like this, these are the plays that come back to haunt you.
Julian Grant has had some drop issues here in Edmonton. He's also had great numbers in contested catches. And now for the lead for the first time tonight. Edmonton goes on top. Blanchard gets it done. 19 in a row from the Elks. Good finish. Locked and loaded here. 6 minutes to play. Sweet dance moves out there right now.
Dustin, I'll tell you this, if I'm Tommy Condell and I'm handing this ball to Brady, and they have Dante Daniels in, I bring Dembski inside to block as well.
Edmonton, and they slow Brady down, bounces off of a tackle, finds a yard. That's about it. And this half is flipped on the ground.
Yes, it has, and they did exactly what I thought they would. They had Dante Daniels in, they brought Dembski in there, but they just got no push. We talked about it the first half. This offensive line was firing off the ball, and it has not been the same.
End up giving Oliveira a couple, so it's 2nd and 8 for Collaros. Once led this game 16-0. Tim White, Ontario Wilson, wide side of the field. Looks to his left. Wide open, Tommy Neal. He's got a first down for Winnipeg. And that is their first down of the 2nd half.
Like talk about, you know, a play they needed right there. It's just a simple speed out. Zach sees it, reads this thing top down. Neal finishes off by getting the first with his feet. But probably a sigh of relief from a lot of Bombers fans out there.
Just anything to sort of settle this thing down. Collaros over 200. Here's sideline again, and that time it is bubbled and dropped by Neal, who is working against J.J. Ross.
It's funny how these games can flip, Dustin, because it felt like, you know, in that first quarter, you know, into the second, everything worked. Where now it feels like a simple pitch and catch is difficult, you know, and just sometimes momentum is a real thing, and you get out of rhythm, and they're pressing to try and get back into that rhythm because it's been a struggle.
Big 2nd and 10. Midfield here for Winnipeg. Elks send 4. Collaros, a deep drop, has a ton of time. Down the field, looking for Wilson. Taken away. Therese Reed, what a time. And now they're going to bubble it around. But it'll be Edmonton ball. First career interception for the rookie, Therese Reed.
Nice sally there, Dustin. I get the read. It floated a bit, but he sees Ontario Wilson, and he tries to basically place the ball he could run under. He just overthrew it, and what a catch by Reed. Now he's clearly down there. The good news is, for the Bombers, it kind of works out like a punt.
Good point.
So it's not the end of the world, but you got to stop Justin Rankin right now, because with 3:50 and counting, they could chew up a lot of time here.
Therese Reed finished his collegiate career at Florida Atlantic. Now they'll hand it off. Rankin, a couple of hard yards right up the middle as the clock ticks down towards 3:30. Watching the game last week, I was in the crowd here last week. That guy's energy is next level.
Yeah, I love that.
For a guy who's just breaking into the league.
What a catch. Again, track that ball and finish it off. Tremendous.
Edmonton's defense has had to move some things around. Cordell Jackson moving from defensive halfback up alongside Nick Anderson, giving Therese Reed an opportunity to get some playing time.
3-minute warning.
And as we hit the 3-minute warning, Edmonton has the ball. They've scored 19 in a row, and they'll try to seal it away as Winnipeg will look for an opportunity to avoid this collapse. Season, most wins by 5 points or less in the league. They find a way to pull it out in tight ones.
I'm telling you, it's a talent, Dustin. It's a talent when you have a team that can do that. And you said it, Mark Killam deserves a lot of credit because to me that's a culture thing. They find ways to win. It's gritty, and it certainly looks like they might do it again here tonight.
Lots of time left in this one. Winnipeg can get a stop here. It'd be big. They send 5. Fajardo way down the field. Incomplete. Trying to find Luther. Holm and Vavel there in coverage. And Edmonton will have to kick it away. And this will be great field position for Winnipeg.
I love the aggression. They get man coverage and they basically go after Vavel. And it does not work. Tip your cap to Vavel here, is obviously playing a lot of snaps in the second half, and he's gloved this thing up. And now we get to see Zach Collaros, who's in this offense with a nice chance to find a way to win this ball game.
Vavel waits just beyond his own 50. Clock ticks down. Julian looking for a boomer. This will drop right at the 55. Vavel kicks it to the outside. Vavel can't get away. They will wrap him up at the 50. Blackburn tracks down the speedster. And Collaros trots onto the field with the ball sitting on the Edmonton 50 and 2:44 on the clock.
And right now, you're down 3. It's 2:44 on the clock. Obviously, you want to go down there and score, but it's not just throw, throw, throw. You're pretty much a few yards away from being in field goal range. We talked about it earlier. Castillo's great from 50-plus. Everything is at your disposal right now in this first down.
Yeah, they trot Castillo out there from here if they had to. But they don't. It's a first down. Collaros gets it away. Jump throw there into the hands of Dembski. It's a first down for Winnipeg.
Nice start. This is the Sally game, so he can't hand this ball off. He pulls it, so you're going to see he puts it in Brady's stomach, pulls it out, and then he's reading one defender. Nice 12-yard completion to Dembski.
Little sidearm action. First catch of the half for Dembski. Winnipeg in business here.
And right now, you got to think as these veteran guys go, okay, ball security is always at a premium. We've got at least a situation to tie the game. You have to stress ball security.
Collaros, pressure in his face, trying to escape. Taken down, but lunges ahead for some positive yards.
Zach turning back the clock here. I think they gave him a bit of a tough spot. I mean, I thought he got a few more. A little spin move, shakes out of it. Look at this guy. Yeah, I don't
They gave him a yard.
I thought they jammed. I thought he got maybe 2 or 3.
It'll be 2nd and 9, already in field goal range. How aggressive will they be? 2 minutes to go on Friday Night Football. Edmonton shows pressure. Now they're going to send it. Collaros in trouble. Taken down. Flag on the play. That came out before he was hammered to the turf.
And Dustin, that can't happen. It's an all-out pressure. And you can't take a sack there. Again, you're still in field goal range, but it's a lot tougher now.
Holding Winnipeg number 10. A penalty is declined. 3rd down.
Collaros gingerly getting up here too.
And you can see him right here. Here's the hole, but again, it's an all-out pressure. That's a legitimate hold. That ball's got to be delivered.
Cordell Jackson drawing the hold on Dembski. And now Castillo will come out to tie the game with 1:58 on the clock. It'll be from 53 straight away. The CFL's all-time leader in 50-plus field goals. Has a big one right here to tie it at 19. The kick is up, and it is right down the middle. Automatic from 53.
Dustin, you couldn't kick it more down the middle. Holy, you love to see that from your kicker. Glasses on, look at the laser focus.
Dialed in.
I mean, that thing, that was like a putt from distance that as soon as it leaves the putter, you're like, that's going in.
You're walking that off.
Yeah, you're walking that off.
Wow. We've got two guys with big legs in this game. Castillo, another one from beyond 50. 2 of them in this game, 8 of them on the season. Blanchard on the other side, his career long, 57. And the story of this game yet to be written. Dial this thing back an hour and a half. I don't think we would have been sitting here going 19-19.
I'm with you on that. It has been quite a stark difference in this game, but it's been a fun one. A lot of good plays.
Winnipeg had lost 2 in a row. Beat Ottawa 33-21 last week. Edmonton had lost 2 in a row to Saskatchewan and Montreal, and they spanked Toronto last week. Things don't get any easier for Winnipeg. After this, it's home against Montreal, and then the back-to-back with the Riders. So a 4-game stretch, Edmonton, Montreal, Saskatchewan, Saskatchewan. We'll know who the Bombers are a month from now.
We really will. And to be honest with you, Dustin, it kind of started out where, hey, this is what this team could be. You know, when we talk about the West right now, you talk about the Elks and the Riders. And after that first quarter, I was ready to jump on the Bombers bandwagon. I'm certainly not anymore. Kind of wild.
No Javon Leak left this game, did not return. Cephas is back to return this. Hauls it in at the 6. Cephas to the 20. And he's drilled down just beyond the 22. And Cody Fajardo, who has 3 game-winning drives this season, will get the ball with 1:36 on the clock.
Listen, I can't tell you, and you got to, again, give some credit to special teams coach Mike Miller for the special teams coordinator, for the Bombers. That kickoff right there, they were flying down, and it's about as good as you're going to get. Keep them inside the 25. It gives you a big boost, I'm telling you. You might not see it on or feel on the TV, but as a defense, when your kickoff team does that, it gives you a big boost.
Needs 37 yards to get into that 57-yard range. Quick 2 and out here. They're setting up a Castillo winner.
Correct.
He's got all the range in the world.
And I love, you know, the X and O's and the chess game that goes on between coordinators.
Is this a toss to Rankin here, do you think?
I mean, I think that's still in the cards. Again, you have time.
Minute and a half to work. 1st and 10 for Edmonton from their own 23. Fajardo's going to be throwing, and he gets it away just in time. And it's into the hands of TJ Luther, and it'll be a 2nd and 2.
That was a tight window throw right there. Here's your run to Rankin. I'm running inside zone all day here.
They will give it to Rankin. He's got some speed, hanging on to the ball, pushing it ahead. And a pretty good pickup. He'll get 8 yards, and they move it up to the 39.
So Dustin, and right now on the sideline, Mark Killam is going up to his special teams coach, talking to his kicker. Okay, what's the yard line we need? He's relaying that information to Jordan Maximic, so they know it all. It's all calculated. Hey, we have X amount of time left. We have to get to this yard line to win this, whatever that number is.
It's about 21 yards away from here is what I've been told. 1st and 10 from the 39. Dumps it off to Rankin. Rankin sizing up things, pushes it ahead, takes it out beyond the 45, gets 7 more yards, and it'll be a 2nd and 3 with 59 seconds on the clock.
And I said the chess match. Here we go. does Jordan Younger right here bring the house? Is it we can run the football here? Does Max Simic run it? Do we do an RPO? To me right now, if I'm Jordan Younger, I'm bringing heat. I'm bringing heat. I'm making them earn every second of every inch of this yard.
What will the Bombers do here? They just send 4 men. Dumps it off to Rankin again. Can he find a first down? Rankin pushing ahead. He's got a first down and more. All the way down inside the 50. And Rankin, who leads the CFL in tackles broken, breaks a big one there.
And it's easy for me to be critical here, but it's a simple, okay, I go to the flat, and I know he makes a man miss, but this guy does that. And even if he is tackled there, it's a first down. Now you're in field goal range again. I was expecting a lot more heat there.
1st and 10 from the 48. Fajardo throwing again, and that is dropped by O'Leary Orange. He almost hung that right up there for Tony Jones.
Yeah, tips and overthrows. That was you felt a sigh of relief from the crowd here tonight on that.
28 seconds on the clock. It would be a deep one, but it would be within what Blanchard has done this season.
And again, I keep saying it, but I'm bringing heat here if I'm Jordan Younger. Doesn't look like they're going to do it, but I'm bringing something.
They send just 4 again. Fajardo gets it away, far sideline. That is caught. Tackle broken by Luther, and he takes it down inside the 40 for a first down. A little slow to get up. Look at that look in his eyes. He's locked in.
And it's just poor tackling. Again, at least you have a chance. Wow, that's unfortunate. You rally to tackle there. What a play by Luther to fight through that.
Luther leads the team, 7 catches, 85 yards. And Cody Fajardo. Keep it simple here. They'll hand it off to Rankin, and he'll push it ahead right in the middle of the field with 3 seconds on the clock. And Edmonton will set things up for Vincent Blanchard, and a chance to walk it off with a win. Edmonton has not won 8 games in a season since 2019. 7 in each of the last 2 years. This would be win number 8 heading into a bye week. 40-yard field goal attempt straight on for Vincent Blanchard. The kick is up! Got it! Game over! Vincent Blanchard walks it off for Edmonton! And they complete the comeback. 22-19, your final. Wow.
This is a gritty football team at Edmonton. And obviously the leaders of the West, to be able to rebound, Dustin, off of the start they had today and completely shut down this offense, find their groove. And like you said, they got a kicker that can finish games as well. What a statement by Edmonton to be able to, again, weather that storm and win this football game.
Trailing 16-0, seemingly nothing going their way. And let's just call it what it was. They weren't playing well at all. Winnipeg was getting whatever they wanted. Since Winnipeg went up 16-0, Edmonton outscored them 22-3 the rest of the way. Like you always say with this team, gritty team, finding a way to win.
Absolutely, and they've got the guys to do it. And I think if you're an Elks fan right now, obviously a lot of them are here, but if you're watching at home, this is a special, special team. And these wins, they just build the character and the belief in the culture of what's going on. It's beyond just the mark on the scoreboard and in the standings. These type of wins do wonder for your team as a whole.
Let's get to Wilson's